Hello, my name is Enzo. I'm here today with my co-host Kelly, and the person we're interviewing is Chris Chimbers. We're in Pine Court and Pancool, some people would say. Tell us a bit about what you do with your clients.
Okay, well, I call myself an energy healer, and I use mainly a system called the Body Code. And it's an energy release system where we identify blockages or trapped energies in the body and release them. So it's something in the field of EFT.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, in the sense that we're releasing energy from the body, which is detrimental to the individual.
Okay.
So usually, I believe that obstacles are inside us. It's not so much outside us, but the real issues are inside us, and that's one place where people rarely look.
Right.
So when we do go and look inside, we find things that are carried over from years ago, from difficult times and even trauma. But we don't go back to the past to relive anything. We're dealing with the person's energy field the way it is at the moment. So in identifying and releasing these energies, you feel a sense of freedom, and quite often there's a big improvement in your life.
Okay, and do you practice this in an office, at your home?
I have a home office in Pointe-Claire.
Okay.
But we can also do this work by phone or by Skype.
Oh, really? Because my next question was going to be, do you need a massage table for the person to lie down or anything like that? How is it done exactly?
No, they sit I have a comfortable chair, and you just sit there, and we find out what it is. I use what's called a mind map.
Okay.
To locate what the particular energy is. And then once we find it, basically I have a magnet, and I would roll it over the governing meridian here to release the energy.
So could you tell me, I mean, we all in the holistic world have seen a lot of transformative experiences for clients. Can you tell me a story or two about
Sure.
some clients?
There's a lady that I worked with just this year who was pregnant, and we had already been working on a few things, and then as she got into her pregnancy around the 6th month, she started to have a lot of fear coming up about things that could go wrong and all that stuff. So we did a lot of clearing, and in the end, one day in her 8th month, she says, "You know what? I'm good. I'm ready." And I just was in touch with her. She had the baby a month ago. Everything is wonderful. And they said that the birth was a textbook birth.
Yeah.
Cool.
Everything went so smoothly.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Another situation was a few years ago, a fellow who was bipolar. And he would have these highs, and he would have the terrible lows crashing down. And we did some sessions. We did 3 or 4 sessions. And I got a letter from him saying that he had this condition most of his life. So he was an older man. He had been through psychiatry, drugs, the prescription drugs, shock treatment.
Oh boy.
And he said that the Body Code was the best thing he ever experienced.
Chris, may I ask, was he under medication at that point? Or
At the point, I don't really ask about that, so I'm not sure if he was still on his meds, because that's not an area that I go. I don't venture any opinions about medication. That's between them and their doctor. But he did say that the way he explained it was, he said, "I feel on the high side, and at first I was waiting for the crash, and it's never come."
So sweet.
So he stayed in a really good place.
Excellent. That's excellent to hear. A lot of people, practitioners anyway, we go through a transformation of some kind. Sometimes we're in the business world and we transform to holistic. Do you have a story like that, or
Sure.
would you like to share it?
Most of my career, I was a gardener.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I always saw the spirituality in that work, and I was a bit unusual as a gardener because I was not kind of average as a gardener. I was a more reflective person, and in a certain time in my 50s, I started to have back problems, and I realized that I was probably going to be needing to do something else. And spontaneously, at a troubled time in my life when I looked for help, I discovered the emotion code, which is part of the Body Code. It's a related study, but it's part of the emotion code is a part of the body code. And it worked so well for me that I said, I have to learn this. And over a period of 3 years, I transitioned from gardening into doing energy healing.
And where did you learn it?
It's taught by in-person seminars, and then there's a lot of videos too to train. And when you're being certified, you have to do practice sessions. You have to do a number of practice sessions, which you send in the transcripts, and then they evaluate you and give you certification.
So you went to the U.S.?
I took the weekend seminar in Chicago, actually, and then I did the practice over 4 months after that. I practiced locally, and so it was 7 years ago that I started this, and for 3 years now I've done that exclusively.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
So what would you say to someone who's interested in holistic healing techniques? Is there something that you can suggest?
As far as advice to a person, I'd say the modality has to resonate with you. You really you know it when you find the right modality. You know it, and you want to stay there.
Yeah.
That inner feeling.
Yes,
I'm
totally.
there.
Yeah.
I know it.
Mm-hmm.
Totally get that.
Yeah, it makes so much sense to you in that moment. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do what you love.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there someone or something or an organization that inspires you?
Dr. Wayne Dyer,
Yes.
over many years, has been a hero of mine, coming out with his fantastic books and his presentations. I used to watch him on PBS many years ago, and he's always been a groundbreaker for me. And the other one would be Dr. Brad Nelson, the creator of the Body Code.
Okay. And he's a doctor.
A chiropractic doctor.
Interesting.
Yeah. And he found that energy was a big part of his chiropractic work. Mm-hmm. And then he got intuitively guided to create the Body Code. It took him about 12, 14 years to get the Body Code system together. And it's an amazing body.
Did he develop this himself?
Himself, but he says, I was guided. This was divinely guided, given to me.
If someone was interested in learning the body code and the emotion code, do you teach that?
No, I can't. I'm not allowed to teach it.
Right.
They have the site though is healerslibrary.com. For all the information is there. How you can learn it, how you can get a session. All the practitioners are listed on that site.
Okay. Question. Okay, I wanted to transition into the part because you do other things to support other holistic practitioners.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. Okay, I have an online course called the Healers Online Workshop, and this is in response to when I was starting out and I could not find guidance about how do I start a website. What do I need to do just to build a practice? So over the years, of course, I've learned a lot of tricks. I've networked with a lot of people. I've learned a lot. I really, you need to network in this field. And so over the years, I've accumulated a lot of information. And it's an online membership site. And we have 2 webinars every month, live webinars with new information about helping people building their practice. And we have a private Facebook page. We have over 30 webinars archived. So we have a lot of resources on there.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah. I love it though. I love it. I look forward to it.
Can you give us the web address? Do you know off the top of your head?
HealersOnlineWorkshop.com.
Okay. Pretty straightforward.
I like to keep it simple.
So, Chris, can you let the people watching know where they can contact you?
I have a home office in Pointe Claire, as I said, so you can see me in person. My website is www.heartfreedom.ca. The email is info@heartfreedom.ca. And my phone number is 514-671-0171. And I would just say in closing that if you feel blocked, if you feel like you just can't get traction on something, or if you have even a health or a relationship problem, the body code can be used to help very much. And I have a long history of helping hundreds of people over the last 7 years.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
So we're going to do a demo next.
So thank you for inviting me to do a little session with Kelly. And this will be an emotion code session. As I said, the emotion code is part of the body code. The body code looks at more possible obstacles and things that are in the energy field. But today we're going to work with trapped emotions. And Kelly has and how will we find that out actually? We're going to use this chart. And this chart is readily available. It's the 60 main trapped emotions that people have, the negative emotions. We don't worry about positive emotions. We want to keep those. We want to live with those. So we want to keep the good and release what is not beneficial. So the 60 trapped emotions here are not beneficial. They're arranged in 2 columns with 6 rows across. So each column and row each row has 10 times 6 is 60. And we're going to, how are we going to find out this information? We can use muscle testing, which is, as you know, or a person can muscle test by themselves. Today we're going to use a pendulum. It's all the same thing. There's a field here around Kelly. She has a concern, and we're going to find and clear the problems that the underlying causes which are in the way.
Hey.
So your concern, Kelly, is?
I'm a holistic practitioner myself, and I seem to be having trouble putting myself front and center. I've been told it's an invisibility problem, which makes a lot of sense to me.
Yep.
So I would like to work on that and clear my issues of wanting to be invisible.
Wonderful. And so the way I approach this work is I'm going to say, Kelly is aligned with being visible and building a practice. I want to create the positive intent. So Kelly is aligned with being visible and building a practice, right?
Do you want me to say that?
I just,
okay.
You agree with that?
Yes,
right?
I totally agree with that.
So now I'm going to ask, on a scale of 1 to 10, how aligned she is with that intention. Okay? So is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? It's actually a 7. So that's pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a few things that are in the way. We want to get that to 10 if we can. Okay. So now I'm tuning into her subconscious mind. This is how we're trained to do the work. We make a connection. Do we have that connection? And as you know, that's a yes with a pendulum. We have the connection. And can we release some energy around that intention? Definitely. It's very strong. Okay. And so is there something on the emotion code chart that we can clear? Yes. Okay. Is this emotion in column A? No. It's in column B. Is it in row 1, 2, 3, 4? It's in row 5, column B. So is it conflict? Is it creative insecurity? It's terror. Terror. Okay.
I guess so.
Yeah. All right. We don't know what's down there.
Right.
But it's not doing her any good. So to clear that trapped emotion of terror, we go over the governing meridian. The subconscious is releasing that to us now to be released. And that's just becoming neutral energy. Is that terror been released? It has.
I was going to say I took a breath, and for me that's a clear sign that I've released something.
Good.
So yeah.
Good. Perfect. So that test has cleared. Is there something else we can clear on this intention? Yes. Is it on the emotion code chart? It is. Column A, column B, row 1, 2, 3. So it's B3. Is it confusion? Is it defensiveness? Is it grief? It's self-abuse. Self-abuse means that we beat ourselves up. We're very hard on ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? You can
Yeah,
relate?
I definitely relate to that.
So you'd like to be free of that?
No, yes.
Okay. Clearing the trapped emotion of self-abuse. Okay. Has that been cleared? It has. Okay. Is there something else we can clear on this intention? No?
I was going to say that looks like a no to me.
That's a no. That's right. I was expecting there might be 3, but there's 2. It's never what I think, by the way. I just work here. I just read the field. So now we'll make that statement again.
Okay.
Kelly is aligned with Being visible and building a practice. Okay. On 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it only got to 9. Okay. So, that tells me that there's something else at a deeper level that needs to be released.
Okay.
Okay, can we identify that? Oh, it's just, it doesn't want to come out, but it's releasing it. Now it's saying, yeah, okay. All right. Yep. Is it on the emotion code chart? It is. Okay. Column A, column B, row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down at the bottom, B6. Is it pride, shame, shock? It's unworthy. Trapped emotion of unworthy. I see this in healers all the time.
I would say a lot of
Holds
us have
so
that.
many people back, unworthy. Let's clear it. The trapped emotion of unworthy that didn't want to come out there at first.
Because it's not worthy of being healed.
And now that's cleared. Awesome.
Sweet.
Okay. So Kelly is now aligned with being visible and building a practice. 10 out of 10. There we go.
I was going to say, I was getting a bit of chills after that last clearing.
There you go.
Super cool.
All right. And that's how the emotion code works, and that's how the body code works.
Simple as that. I love it because it is simple.
No pain.
No pain. Thank you, Chris.
My pleasure.
Much appreciated.
So Chris, thank you very much for that demonstration. That was fun to watch off camera.
I enjoyed it. I love it.
You
I love
felt
healing. I really did. Because I know that when I take a breath, because I do EFT, and when I do EFT, that's one of the signs: a sigh, a breath, a tingle, a gurgling stomach, all these things. So I recognize very easily when I'm releasing something, and the tingles is pretty unusual for me. So that when it was the last one, and I just got this little tiny tingle in my body, it was really cool.
Telling you we're done.
Yeah. It's like, okay, that was
Mission
gone.
accomplished. Because I always go for 10 with that method.
That's brilliant.
If I get to 9, I kind of say, come on now, come on, we can get there.
We can get a bit more.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Chris, I want to thank you so much for being a part of this. I'm sure people at home learned something. Take care. Till next time.
Thank you.